Hi friends, welcome back. Guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about a big mistake done by UPSC aspirants as far as history section is concerned in the UPSC prelims examination. Particularly, this mistake is done by the first timers and the second timers. So, if you are preparing for the UPSC prelims 2024 and if you are a first timer and if you are scared about history, then this is the video you need to watch. Guys, this video should also be relevant for those aspirants who are struggling to crack the UPSC prelims examination in their previous attempt. In this video, I'm going to talk about with my own real experience what exactly works in your history section and what exactly does not work. Guys, most of the videos you must have come across till now will only talk about that, okay, question is coming from this source, that source, what works for the UPSC history section, but very few videos you will come across which will talk about the reality of this subject. In this video, I'm going to talk about the reality of this subject, and guys, I'm going to talk about from my own experience. Guys, I have the fortune of writing the prelims examination 6 times and I cracked this exam 6 out of 6 times. You can see some of my scorecards. I have scored the highest marks in the UPSC prelims examination. Guys, you can see some of my scorecards, 144.6, and then again you see here 138.6, like this. In all my prelims examination, I scored very high marks in the UPSC prelims. So guys, I know reality, what works and what does not work, because in UPSC prelims examination, if you do not know what does not work, then you will be wasting your time in something which is not going to give you marks. Guys, in prelims examination, what exactly matters in the end is how much you have scored and have you cleared the cutoff. No one asks questions, okay, have you solved history, have you solved geography, have you solved IR? Nobody gives a damn about that. So what exactly works in history and what does not work in history, today I'm going to talk about. So guys, first of all, let me give you a reality check. I'm going to give you a reality check. Guys, see this. See this, guys. You can see this. This is the number of books you need to read. Okay, if I count the number of books, I have not included here the Tamil Nadu textbooks. I have not included here the Tamil Nadu textbooks. If I include the Tamil Nadu textbooks, and I have also not included the class 6 and 7, the new NCERTs I have not included. You can see the number of books, around 15-16 books, and still I have not covered 2-3 books. I was not finding these books, so I just found these number of history books. You can see at least it is 5 kg. Okay, so all these books for how many questions? All these books for how many questions? So 12 to 14. Okay, so let me just give you a reality check. So you need to read 15 to 17 books, 15 to 70 history books. Okay, in this 15 to 70 history books, I have taken the old NCERT, ancient and medieval, 2 books. Then I have taken the new NCERT. New NCERT I have taken class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then guys, in the new NCERT, the fine arts book, 11th fine arts book. Then we have the spectrum, plus we have the Nitin Singhania art and culture. You see, 2 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 11, 12, then 13, 14, 15, around 15 to 16 books. Okay, and if you read the Tamil Nadu textbook, 2 textbook on Tamil Nadu textbook, that was also very good book for history section. So there are total 17 books. For how many questions? So guys, there are maximum 12 to 15 questions in history. Maximum 12 to 15 questions in history. So to attempt, I'm just talking about attempt, I'm not talking about the right attempt. Just to attempt 15 questions, you have to read minimum 15 books of history. And guys, history as far as art and culture, ancient and medieval is concerned, it is very, very factual. Very, very factual. So this book might look at this book. This may look very thin. This may look very thin book. Okay, but it is not very easy to read. It is not very easy to read. This may look very, okay, small book. Okay, very small book. But it is not very easy to read. Okay, so what I want to tell you is that I'm going to give you a reality check. Okay, So understand what I'm going to tell you, and this is going to really simplify your prelims preparation. Really, it is going to simplify your prelims preparation. So guys, in UPSC prelims examination, you have to clear the cutoff. You don't have to score 150, 160, 170. You don't have to score 100 out of 100 questions. So one thing you need to know, that you don't have to solve 100 out of 100 questions. What you have to solve? You have to solve those many questions which is good enough to clear the cutoff. And what is the cutoff? Last year the cutoff was 79 marks. Last year the cutoff was 79 marks. 79 marks equals to how many questions? 40 net questions. 40 net questions. So first of all, if you want to do well in the prelims examination, you have to come out. You have to come out of the psychology that I need to solve 100 out of 100 questions. Guys, you can never solve 100 out of 100 questions in the prelims examination. I can tell you from my experience, I scored here 146 marks. In this exam also, in 146 marks or 144.66 marks also, I was not able to solve at least 3 questions in the history section. Let me tell you my experience. 146, 145, 146 marks. Just imagine how many marks that is and how many net correct you need. Net correct you need around 70, 75 questions. Net correct, then you will be scoring 144. And in this paper also, I am telling you my experience, I left at least 3 questions from history. And in this paper, 138.66, I scored. Here also I left at least 5 questions from history. I left inside the exam. I did not attempt it. And I scored 138 marks. No, the reality is that you have to see what is your return on investment. How much you are going to invest. Invest in the sense, you're not going to invest money. Invest means time, effort, energy, emotions. How much you are going to invest and what are you getting in return? Guys, let me tell you that no one in India, even the people with history optional, because I have guided many history optional students also who have went on to get very good ranks in the UPSC. They are into IAS, IPS, IRS. Even they struggled in the history section in the prelims examination. Let me tell you, I had a student who got into a very good service, All India service, and he had history optional. This means he was studying history for 5-6 years. He shared with me, sir, even I struggle in the prelims examination as far as history is concerned. And just imagine, as a general studies student and a history optional student, obviously he has studied more number of books. Then also he is struggling in the history section. The point what I want to make is that if you start aiming to solve 15 out of 15 or 12 out of 12 history question, your life is a mess. You are going to destroy yourself as far as prelims is concerned. So what should we do? How do we choose which book to read out of these 17 books? That should be your question now. How do I select what to read and what not to read? And in this video, I'm going to give you a crystal clear clarity with Prelims 2023 case study. I'm going to take Prelims 2023 case study and I'm going to prove to you, if you go by my strategy, then you are going to get maximum return on investment. Guys, Santosh Sir, okay, is known for that, how to predict the question. I am known for that. Everyone who has come in contact with me in his previous prelims attempts, go and ask him. He will tell you that this is the guy who knows the UPSC. Okay, who knows the UPSC means who knows the UPSC pattern, trend. Guys, every year I predict 30 to 40 questions. Regularly I have been predicting. Okay, last year also I had predicted many questions. What I want to tell you is that today I am going to give you a technique, a strategy which is workable, because this is the non-workable strategy. Like I just showed you 15 to 17 books. I don't want to just again pick them up because it is so heavy. Okay, just have a look at it and it scares me. 17 books for 15 questions. So the return on investment is not good. So what can we do so that our return on investment in history is very good? So first of all, what you need to do, is you need to understand what are the challenges in the history section. The challenge in history section is very vast. Very, very vast. History is the most vast subject in all the subjects. Second, the resources are multiple resources. Old NCERT, new NCERT, Tamil Nadu textbook, Nitin Singhania, this, that. There is no end. There is no end to the multiple sources which are there in history. So history becomes difficult not because only because of nature of the subject. It is because there's multiple sources. And then the difficulty level of the questions are also very high. There is very few chance that you are going to get a direct question. Very few chance in history section. Next, the unpredictable topics. Topics are also sometimes unpredictable and very low current affairs linkage. It is very difficult for candidates to predict what is going to come because history is a static subject. So these are some of the challenges which students basically go through. So today I am going to prove to you that if you follow my strategy, then with less effort you can get maximum reward. Because life is great when we have less pain and more gain. Life is best when we have less pain, more gain. And today I am going to give you this less pain, more gain strategy as far as prelims is concerned in the history section. So guys, last year, let me take the case study of last year. Last year around 15 questions came in the prelims if I include the 2 questions which came on Indian flag and on the Constitution Day. Constitution Day, if I include those 2 questions, so there were around 15 questions in the history section. There were around 15 questions in the history section. Okay. And to solve this 15 out of 15 questions, let me tell you, you would have needed all these 17 books. Okay, because something is given in old NCERT, something is given in the new NCERT, something is given in Nitin Singhania, something is given in here, something is given there. So there is no single book where you have everything. Another interesting thing I will tell you. Guys, out of this 15 questions, there are only 2 questions. If you include this, then there are around 3 questions in the modern India. Only 3 questions were there from modern India. And guys, let me tell you that this thick book, okay, there are how many pages? 840 pages, 830 pages. From this book, you hardly got any question. You hardly got any question from this book. Hardly got any question. You see the number of pages, 840 pages around. Not a single question or hardly one question. Hardly one question. This is what is called return on investment. Is it the return of investment what you want from your preparation? That is what you need to understand. What is the trend of the exam? In which direction exam is moving? And once you understand that trend, then with least effort you can score and get and crack this exam. I have been telling aspirants that UPSC prelims is not a tough exam. UPSC prelims is an easy exam, but it needs the simplicity. Most of the guys, what they do, they don't have a simple strategy, they have a complex strategy. They want to do everything. Guys, let me tell you, in UPSC prelims examination, if you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing. Again, I repeat, if you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing. So in UPSC, don't have this strategy that I will read everything. I want to read everything. I want to read every book, every history book, old NCERT, new NCERT, spectrum, everything. Guys, you will be never able to do that because of the time constraint. I'm not doubting your capabilities. Let me tell you, I respect you, I respect your capabilities. But you have to also respect the limitation which you have, which is the time. You don't have the time to read all these books, 15 to 17 books, just for 12 questions. Do you have the time? You don't have the time. So what we need to do? What is the strategy we need to adopt? So the first thing what you need to do is that come out of this mindset that I have to solve 15 out of 15. Come out of this mindset. In history, I'm talking about in history. Come out of this mindset today. After watching this video, write it on the paper that in history I am not aiming for 15 out of 15. I am just aiming 5 to 7. I am just aiming 5 to 7 out of 15. I am aiming only 5. I am satisfied with 5. Why? Why am I satisfied with 5? Because let me just show you. I have to get 40 to 45 questions only. I don't have to solve 100 questions, guys. I have to score only 40 to 45 questions. And in these 40 to 45 questions, I will make a video if you want in the comment box. Let me tell you, let me know that do you want that video from me or not, where I'm going to give you how exactly with least effort you are going to get 40 and 45 questions. Least effort I'm going to give you. The path of least resistance. I'm going to give you that if you want me. So 40 to 45 questions. I'm satisfied with 5 to 7 questions in history. I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy if I get 5 to 7 questions in history. I'm more than happy I can get this 40 to 45 questions. How? I'll make another video. If you give a good response to this video, I'm going to make that video for you. And this is novel strategy. Nowhere you have seen how to get this 40 questions. I'm going to make that. If you support, if you comment in this video, let me come back to this. Okay, so once I'm satisfied that I just want 5 to 7 questions out of these 15 questions, what I need to do is that, let me just tell you very, very carefully, listen. What I need to do is that first of all, I need to prepare the current affairs topics in history. But the problem is that most of the magazines you will come across in India, as far as civil services is concerned, they don't give lot of emphasis on current affairs in history. They don't give that. Okay, so history, they whenever they come across any newspapers, they only make current affairs on those topics which are purely current. But in history, what you have to do is that you have to read between the lines. You have to read between the lines. What do I mean by reading between the lines? Let me just show you with one case study. This year there was one question. Let me just show you. Yeah. 1 second, sir. Yeah. This where there was one question. Okay, let me just show you the question and you will be just amazed. Let me tell you, after watching this slide, you will be amazed. I'm going to just surprise you. There was a question with reference to the South India, Korkai, Kumpuhar and Muchiri are well known what? Capital city, port city, centers of iron ore and shrines of Jain Tirthankharas. You can see this. This was there in a Hindu article, January 20, 2023. Ancient port city of Kumpuhar traced undersea claims researchers. In the Hindu article, this had come. You can see this. And that is why, guys, I had asked this question in my test series. You can see this, the Optima card. You can see this Optima card, 2023 Optima card. You can see I had given the Kumpuhar. This topic I had given in my Optima card also. And if you see my test series, I had asked with respect to ancient city Korkai refers to, you can see FLT 6, full length test 6 of my Optima test. This is how you predict the question. This is how you predict the question. If you see the options also, the beautiful way in which the options have been made. You see, shrines of Jain Tirthankharas, temple towns, port city, you see. Now, how can you say UPSC is unpredictable? Guys, most of the places you have visited, I'm talking about the mentors or the YouTube videos or the coaching institute, they'll say UPSC is unpredictable. UPSC stands for unpredictable services. Guys, this is not right. This is not right. And I'm just proving you wrong. Okay. UPSC is very, very predictable, but you should understand the mindset, understand the pattern of the people who are framing the questions. I have understood that, and in the last 10 years when I was as a student, I used these strategies to crack the prelims examination with least effort and get the highest marks in the prelims examination for myself. And once I completed my attempts, and after that I started guiding some of the students, and in the last 3-4 years I have guided more than 10,000 students, and all of them got benefited by this strategy of predictions. Guys, these strategies of predictions can help you optimize your effort, because if you, again let me tell you, if you start reading everything, okay, this is there, I'm telling you, this is Let me just show you. Let me just show you guys. So if you see this, this is the old NCRT. This is the old NCRT, sir. This is this book. Okay, let me just show you guys. This is this book. Old NCRT book, guys. Okay, it is given in this page, in this book. Somewhere, Sangam text, you can see here, Korkai. Korkai Puhar. Puhar. P-U-H-E-R, Korkai is given in this NCRT also. I'm not saying that it is not given in NCRT. It is given in NCRT. My point is to read these many books and then come to conclusion is very difficult. But if we have strong command over current affairs, then we can predict what is going to come in exam. So I'm not saying that each and every question in the history section is going to come from current affairs. No. History is the only subject where it is difficult to predict. Even Santosh Sir cannot predict 15 out of 15. I accept that. See, I should accept my limitation. I should have the humility. I should have the humility to accept what I can do and what I cannot do. Because a real man is a man who knows his limitations. I know my limitations. What I can do and what I can't do. And I know limitations of the people who are framing the questions also. What they can give and what they cannot give. I know that. I have read them. I have understood them. How do I have read them? I have read them through the questions which they are giving every year. For the last 10 years, I have been doing that. My point is, last year, I was able to predict 5 questions in the UPSC Prelims examination in the history section. Around 5 questions I predicted. The point is, these 5 questions, if you would have solved out of 15 questions just by following my test series rather than reading the 17 books, what is the return on investment? Now you can compare. Just you solve my test series, the NCRT tests, the advanced tests and the Optima test, you get 5 questions out of 15 questions. And you read so many books. You read so many books, 17 books, 18 books. There is no guarantee that you will be solving 5 questions also. Why? Because the information is diffused. In these 17 books, there are thousands and thousands of pages. Just one spectrum has 800 pages. Just imagine. This is a diffused information. It is very difficult for the first timer. See, I'm talking to a first timer. Or I'm talking to a second timer. I'm not talking to a person who is 6th attempt, 7th attempt. I'm not talking to him. He has studied these books. He'll say, I don't need you. Go, get off. I don't need you. So I'm not making this video for them. They can leave this video. I'm making this video for people who are struggling, who want to crack the prelims examination at any cost. And they want a right strategy. I'm here for them. And let me tell you, in the next 80 days, guys, I am with you. Whatever happens, I am with you. I will carry you on my shoulder. I'm ready to carry you on my shoulder, provided you are committed. You are committed to move in the right direction. And you try to analyze what I'm trying to tell. Think critically. I'm not saying that accept whatever I'm going to tell. Think critically. Whatever I'm going to share with you today and tonight, spend half an hour, think what this guy has spoken just. Is it making sense? What he's saying, is it really useful? Or shall I go and read these 17 books? Which is the right strategy? Okay, let me just show you something more. So last year, guys, let me just show you. Last year there was a question on stupa. Concept of stupa. Question on concept of stupa is a Buddhist origin. Buddha generally relics. Exactly word to word same question from our test series. Same questions from our test series. You can see here, and I'm going to prove it. You see the statement. Advanced test, ancient India, art and culture. With reference to stupa architecture, consider the following. With reference to ancient India, consider the following. You see the beauty. You see my level of predictions. You see the statement. The origin of Buddha predates emergence of Buddhism. The origin of stupa predates the emergence of Buddhism. This is my test series statement. Lakshya test, Advanced test 1024. People who have this test, they can go and cross check. Last year student I'm talking about. Go and cross check. Open challenge. You see the statement. The concept of Buddha is Buddhist in origin. You see the beauty. See the predictability. Now you say, sir, how did you predict it? How are you able to do it? Why others are not able to do it? Because guys, let me show you something beautiful. Let me show you something very beautiful. So guys, this is a book, Themes in Indian History. In this Themes in Indian History, there is one chapter, Thinkers, Believers and Buildings. Thinkers, Beliefs and Buildings, something like that. And in that, there is a chapter on stupas. You can see there is a chapter on stupas. Okay, there is a section on stupas. I had prepared each and every question which is possible from this book. All important segments I have picked and I have given in my test series. That is the reason I am able to predict. That is the reason I am able to predict so many questions in my test series. Are you getting this now? Why I am able to do that? I am able to do that because I am able to frame questions on each and every boxes, each and every important segments of the NCERT. So you see, this question also I had predicted. Now let me show you something else. Okay, now let me show you something else. Last year, two questions I have shown last year. Okay, so this question, guys, no need to do. I don't have to do all the questions. Okay, this mindset you have to develop. Leave questions. See, every Yorker, if you start hitting, what you are going to happen to you? You are going to be bold. You need to know also, okay, some bouncer, some wide ball, I have to leave also. I can't hit everything. I need to duck. Duck means I need to let it pass. Okay, next. You can see this. Okay. I'll just show you something interesting. Yes, you see this question, Jainism. Exactly, I gave the same question in Jainism. And why this question was there? Because Jainism was in news. Why Jain community is protesting across the country? All you need to know. See this. This was a current affairs question. That's what I am trying to tell you, that at least every year 5 questions out of 15 questions are motivated from current affairs. Now the task for you should be get those current affairs topics and prepare those current affairs topics, because they are limited topics. Some student in the YouTube, when I made a video a few days back, he said, sir is misleading. Why sir is misleading? He said, static is predictable, current affairs is not predictable. Guys, static is predictable means what? 17 books you have to read to predict static. How can you predict static? No one can predict static. Yes, we can solve some set of questions from the standard sources. 1 or 2 questions may come, but we can't say that this question is going to come. But the topics which are in current affairs for the last 1 year, and if they are getting the national limelight, those topics will definitely be asked by UPSC. That I can tell with confidence. So now I make my sense clear why current affairs is more predictable and static is less predictable. Are you getting it? I'm saying yes, static means it will come from these 17 books only. I'm not denying that. I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you that yes, static will come from these books only. But how many books? 17 books. 3000 pages. Just for 10 questions. Is it worth? Ask yourself. I'm not saying follow me blindly. I never say follow me blindly. Critically examine me. Critically examine every sentence of me. Criticize me if you want to. But for God's sake, follow the right strategy. For God's sake, don't waste your year. Because that will be very painful for you if you don't crack the prelims examination. Let me tell you frankly. So let me show you something more. This card also I gave you, see. My Optima cards are like wonderful. Okay, let me just come. Okay, this question also, you see. Governor General of Bengal. You see, exactly the same question I gave in my history advanced test. The point I want to prove here is, one more topic. You see this question, with reference to Indian history, Alexander Ree, H. Longhurst, James Burgess, Walter Elliot are associated with, guys, exactly taken from the Hindu newspaper. This question is also taken from Hindu newspaper. You can see this. 14th of August 2022. 14th of August 2022. So we have to follow 1 year current affairs. You can see this. The Archaeological Survey of India literally struck gold at Adirachurnullur. Okay, and you can see here Alexander Ree has unearthed this place in 1903. You can see Alexander Ree. Now you see, if you really prepare the current affairs properly for last 1 year, at least 5 questions you are getting from current affairs or my tests. If you are solving my NCERT tests, if you are solving my advanced tests, if you are solving my Optima test and the monthly current affairs test, and if you have read my Optima notes properly, you are getting 5 questions from there. Or if you have read any current affair, if you yourself have read the Hindu newspaper properly, then also you would have solved it. I am not saying that only when you read my notes, then only you would have solved it. I am also making notes from the Hindu newspaper only. I am also reading Hindu like you daily. Okay, sir. The point is, I am reading with an experience of cracking the prelims exam in 6 years, and you are reading with no experience. That is why you are not able to predict. I am able to predict. That's it. I am not super intelligent. I don't have supernatural powers. I don't claim to have supernatural powers. I claim to have an analytical mind. I claim to have one of the best experience as far as UPSC prelims is concerned. That I have. I claim that I cracked this examination, prelims examination 6 out of 6 times. I claim I scored one of the highest marks. That is a reality. That is the truth. That is a fact. No one can deny it. But if I start claiming, no, I have a supernatural power, I can predict the UPSC prelims paper. No, this is not right. This is not fair also. This is not fair to say. But I know how they think by analyzing the last so many years of papers. I myself have done it. That is why I have the confidence that I can try my level best to do some predictions. Reading the newspapers, analyzing the newspapers, analyzing the PYQs, and I'm able to do that. And people who are taking benefit of it, they are doing excellent in the examination, prelims examination. So the point was, you can see this. Okay, again you see this question, flag code question, directly from current affairs from our Optima notes. Okay, so the point I wanted to tell you, you can see this lecture. This was the lecture test which I was talking about, which has the NCERT test, advanced test, monthly current affairs test, Optima test, full length test. Okay, so let me just come back. Okay, so you see, so many, some is old NCERT, some sources are there in fine arts. So my point is, you have to read so many books, fine arts, old NCERT, new NCERT. You see one question in new old NCERT, one question in fine arts. How many books are you going to read? Wait till the end. I'm going to share something very interesting. Okay, so the point is, you can see this is taken from the new NCERT map based question. Okay, so what I want to tell you, I'm going to share with you something very interesting. You see this Swadesi movement, but they made it complex by adding the 7th August as a National Handloom Day. Difficult, not very easy. You see, National Constitution Day, directly from our PPP. Okay, so the Vijayanagar question from the new NCERT. You see, new NCERT. So yeah, so what's the way out? So what is the way out? First is, don't fall into trap of solving all questions. Don't do that. You cannot solve all questions, let me tell you. Second thing, focus on important chapters. Yes, this is very important. That if you want to read also, no, I don't want to rely on your predictions. I don't want to rely on your test series. I want to read these books. Tell me the important chapters. So what you do, you analyze the PYQs, and from that you can come to the conclusion that UPSC, they have some high yielding chapters. Indus Valley Civilization, Buddhism, Jainism, Cholas, Vijayanagar, Sangam literature, Gupta age, literature. Every year one question literature. You'll get the names of all the books written in the ancient India and their authors. You should go through it. Okay, these are some of the themes which UPSC is asking every then or now. Okay, so identify these themes, and those chapters you can go and read from the new NCERT and old NCERT. That is one way to do that. You can't read each and every word to word now, because now there is no time. There are very limited days and you can't spend all the 80 days on one paper. You can't do that. So this is one thing you can do. Focus on important chapters. Then focus on most important resources. What is the most important resource? Guys, new NCERT. A lot of questions are coming from new NCERT. Don't ignore new NCERT. Many people are ignoring new NCERTs. Don't ignore. A lot of questions. This question is so. I saw you just, it is coming from the new NCERT. 2-3 questions on new NCERT. And focus on the PYQs. Just go through the PYQs. Last 10 years PYQs. What is the trend in the history section? And last is elimination techniques. History elimination techniques. There are few elimination techniques in history also. I have shared in my Optima batch. You can watch those sessions. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Again, to sum up, the idea is don't try to get 100 out of 100. You cannot. Understand your limitations. Your biggest limitation is the time. So work on return on investment. What should I do that should yield me result with less effort? Guys, I am starting a revision plan for the next 80 days. In that revision plan, every day I am going to give you a target and expected topics of the UPSC prelims. If you read those expected topics every day and go as per my plan and solve the important tests, you are going to improve your level of performance very well. Let me tell you. Because the schedule I have prepared in such a manner, scientific manner, that you are not going to leave everything. At the same time, you don't try to read everything. Okay, you can't leave anything. At the same time, you can't read everything. And this philosophy I have included in my planning. Every day I'm going to give you some list of topics. These are the important expected topics from my experience. And if you solve these important topics, the chances are that you are going to do well. With this, I would like to conclude this session with again the same thing which I started, that work on your return on investment. Go for this 80-20 rule, where 80% of the marks you get just by 20% of your efforts. So work on this 20%. You see, this is some of the important topics. I'll share more in detail in my Optima sessions. This video was just to enlighten you, throw some light over what actually works in history and what does not work in history. So reading these 17 books are not going to help you. This does not work. Let me tell you, this does not work. Don't do that. What will work? So what will work? Just to sum up. Okay. Important current affairs, history, last 1 year or last 2 years. Second, important chapters. Third, PYQs. These are the things which are going to work. This is not going to work. Don't do that mistake, particularly if you're in first attempt. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Take care.